as long as the Wi-Fi lasts. Um, yeah, you don't want to see my ugly mug in the morning. I haven't taken my meds or gotten out of bed yet. This is just on my mind. This will be about 3 minutes, maybe shorter, unless you guys have questions. No question is too crazy unless you're just trolling or whatever. But this is a safe space. You guys can open up about crazy stuff in your past if it helps. Hopefully, this provides some type of service for you guys. I was essayed. I was working on a construction site. It was for like a Christian camp resort type of a thing. That's all I'm going to say. But I don't know how to change the names. I was 10 and I was learning how to work and learning construction skills at a very early age. My stepparents didn't know what to do to keep me out of trouble. I was always wild and crazy, um, spitting Legos at people. I know I do the same thing to this day, right? To a degree. But I didn't know I had ADHD. I didn't know I was so hard to corral. I had so much energy, I didn't know what to do with it. So, like, oh, we'll get them working at a resort. It'll be good. And the family was good. I was friends with the brother and sister that worked there, the kids that were around my age and stuff. But there was this girl. She was part of the church, part of the family, and she babysat us a couple times, um, just randomly, you know. But she was like working at me and showing me the different places that needed cleaned out, the different cabins, giving me the lay of the land. I had to mow and weed whack and do some construction cleanup and some other stuff, some measuring boards and stuff. So um, they took me out, and then she would kind of groom me. I didn't realize she was just being progressively more friendly in a good or neutral way. I didn't know. So she'd buy me like ice cream and stuff and all this stuff. And then she one day she brought out the squirt guns, and we had a huge squirt gun fight. I thought that was pretty innocent, right? Um, but then she's like, "Oh no, you're wet. You should go change." Then she'd be like, "Let me see if your underwear is wet too." And she'd pull back the rim of my shorts and like put her hand down there and stuff. She'd go, "Oh, you." And then she goes, "Wedgie fight." One day she just declares it. So she starts chasing me all around the thing, and then finally like hangs me up by my underwear. I'm like, "What in the world's going on?" And let's see. And so there was that. And but then it got more progressive, touchy feely. Like she, made all these excuses to touch me and stuff. And I wasn't into girls yet officially. I was passing class like in the third grade, but I didn't really know what I was doing. It was just very innocent. And she was a lifeguard at the pool, and it wore this little bikini. But at the time, you know, processing feelings and growing up, I hadn't started puberty yet or anything. But then one day we were just walking out in the field. She's like, "Here, I'm going to take you down to this cabin way down here. It's almost abandoned, but we got to clean all the stuff out of it to remodel it." So we start walking down the nature trail. And then she's like, "Guess what time it is?" I'm like, "What?" She goes, "It's weenie time." And she grabs the base of my you know what. And she starts moving her hand up slowly to the head. Um, like, no. But I think I was excited before. So maybe I had started puberty then. I was getting normal erections, I think. I think it was already chubbed just naturally from waving, from just, you know, being me. I don't know how to describe it. But it just totally came out of nowhere. And she just felt it for like a good, what felt like 15 or 20 seconds, but in some ways felt like an eternity. and I was just frozen. I didn't know what to do or say. And there was no lead up into it. She didn't like rub my shoulders or caress me or try to kiss me or anything. It just came. I'm like, what in the Sam hell is going on? So I tried to put it out of my head that day, but then hell, my step parents were always punishing me for stuff I did at school and stuff, and I didn't feel safe going to them because they'd trained me to fear them. You know, didn't have to seek solace in. And many years later, all right, guys.